Dr. Bradley Thayer is the co author of How China Sees the World: Han Centrism and the Balance of Power in International Politics, and the forthcoming Understanding the China Threat. He's a prodigiously productive essayist and a member of the Committee on the Present Danger of China. We're always delighted to have him with us. Dr. Thayer, thanks for joining us once again.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you for the opportunity.
Let me start by asking you about how Xi Jinping, the dictator of China, sees the threat or opportunity, if the case may be, with respect to Ukraine. You're very clear, I think, about his general attitude towards Taiwan, but does this look, based on what he's seen in terms of both the problems Putin has run into and the costs, to be something that's probably causing him to recalculate the advisability of going for it in Taiwan?
Frank, that's an excellent question. I think Xi's calculus is the following. First, the Ukraine war has benefited him because it has tied Putin to him.
Hmm.
That is, now Russia's dependence on China is complete and will be so for the foreseeable future. Thus, China has benefited from Ukraine already because of the strong ties now that Moscow will have with Beijing. And that allows Xi also to profit in the reduction of the tension that had existed between Russia and China in the Central Asian republics, for example. That's now going to be minimized. Russia will also help China with intelligence cooperation and, of course, with Russia's formidable nuclear capabilities, tactical as well as strategic capabilities that the Russians possess. What Russia has given Xi is a second front for the United States. The United States now faces a strategic two front war problem in international politics. And so all of that is to Xi's benefit and to obviously to our cost. At the same time, Xi has to be disappointed in Russia's military performance. Thus, you've tied yourself to Putin, but Putin has not been able to deliver a quick and decisive victory in Ukraine. And this war seems to be going on, and increasingly, China, and rightfully so, is being seen as culpable, as being
Mm.
the force behind this war that allowed the war to occur and to allow Putin to recognize that he had Xi's support. All of that is very significant. It
It is indeed, and the
also
culpability is likely to get greater if the Chinese feel constrained to respond positively to the pleas from Putin for military assistance or economic help, purchasing of fuel and other things from Russia. And all of this is against the backdrop of a very pivotal meeting of the party Congress next fall. Talk a little bit, Bradley, about what the Xi calculus is likely to be in terms of both, what he does with respect to Russia and what he does with respect to Taiwan, lest it jeopardize or perhaps secure for him the third term that he so earnestly desires.
Yes, Frank, that's critical for Xi to have the third term. He'll be crowned again, obviously at that meeting, and this is important because it allows Xi to establish his bona fides for being Mao's successor. So Xi sees himself as a leader akin to Mao, and in fact greater than Mao, which is of course saying something in the context of the Chinese Communist Party. It shows
It
his
is.
ambition. It shows really how detached from reality he is in terms of his designs and um, his ambitions in international politics. I think with respect to Taiwan, this is critically important. There are two major points there. First, we should always recognize that China could attack Taiwan at any time. And we should always be aware of the fog of peace. That is,
Mm,
because China did not attack yesterday and did not attack today, that they will not attack tomorrow. So we
mm,
always want to be aware of that. An attack could occur at any time, a limited attack or a total a major operation against Taiwan. Secondly, critically, I don't believe he's going to move against Taiwan until he's confident of victory. And this gives us a very important window of opportunity. I don't believe he'll move against Taiwan until he recognizes that he can't, unlike Putin, that his operation against Taiwan will be overwhelming, it'll be quick, and it'll be decisive.
mm,
And Taiwan will fall into his grasp. This gives the United States, the West, and its supporters around the world the opportunity to reinforce Taiwan, to begin to make explicit our commitments to Taiwan, begin to provide the military capabilities in every respect, air, land, sea, of course, with respect to giving Taiwan the capability to robustly defend itself conventionally in cooperation with the U.S. alliance, with the Japanese alliance, the Indians, the Australians as well can play major roles with respect to defending Taiwan. We need to do this, again, Frank, because we have this two front war problem.
mhm.
We're now locked into confrontation with Russia, and we're locked into confrontation with China. And we have an opportunity to rapidly reinforce Taiwan at this point, and we must seize it.
You've laid out very nicely the calculations. But if any lesson's been learned from this Ukraine business, it seems to me it has to be that we want to deter a war rather than have it waged with devastating effect. And most especially, that the way to do that is to make absolutely clear to the prospective aggressor, in this case, China, that we will come to the aid of Taiwan in this case, and we will make it as hard a target as we possibly can in the meantime by ensuring, as you said, Bradley Thayer, that it has the capabilities, the Taiwanese government, that is, has the capabilities to maximize the harm that would befall the Chinese if they do threaten them. Brad, we're going to be right back with more on the other side about what else should we be doing to resist engagement right after this.